Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth and today I'm going to do a combination library haul slash middle grade May TBR. So let's get started with the picture and children's books that I got from the library because they're not part of the TBR. Oh, my daughter picked up Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses, the movie, so there's the film we got for this library trip. We also got I Wish I Had, which is written by Giovanna Zabali and illustrated by Simona Mulazani, I think. And this is just a book of I Wish I Had. There are the illustrations. It talks about the different things animals have that we wish we had. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Next, we have Moon Flute, and this is by Audrey Wood and illustrated by Dawn Wood. And this is a husband and wife couple, I believe. And there are the illustrations for that. And this came out in 1980. This one came out in 2010, by the way, just so you know. Next, we have Night Animals, and this is by Gianna Marino. And everything is like that. And this is just a little picture book discussing the different types of animals in the night. Here are the end papers. I really love those. And my daughter is a huge fan of the Wild Kratts show and little documentaries about animals. And so when we saw this, we knew we had to snatch it up. And this book is from 2015, so it is a brand spanking new book. And then we have Mr. Ferris and his Will. And she is also a big fan of things that have to do with like carnivals and rides. She has been really, really looking forward to us going somewhere where she could maybe go on some rides this summer. And there are what the illustrations look like. This book was published in 2014, so it is pretty new. It's only a couple of years old, and we are looking forward to reading that one. And then we have a chapter book to read together. This is Lulu and the Brontosaurus by Judith Vierst, illustrated by Lane Smith. And this was published in 2010. And this is a book about a little girl who always gets what she wants, and she screams and hollers and does all of that until somebody gives her what she asked for. So she asked for a brontosaurus for her birthday, and then her parents say no for what is probably the first time ever. So she decides to take things into her own hands, and that's going to be a lot of fun to read with my own little spoiled brat. And now we're going to get into the middle grade reads. First up, I have Deep Wizardry by Diane Duane. This is the second in the So You Want to Be a Wizard series. This book was published in 1985, and it is about the summer vacation when Nita and Kit think that they're just going to go swimming and be in the ocean and have a lot of fun and not have to do a whole lot of anything else. However, some of the wizards in the deep ocean have something up their sleeves or scales for the two human wizards, and they begin to work with whales and dolphins in order to sing the Song of 12, which is a special uh, song that has to be sung by the underwater wizards. And this ritual is really important, but it's also not that easy. So I'm looking forward to reading this and remembering all of the beautiful and wonderful, crazy things that happen in this book. Next up, I have Firefly Code by Megan Fraser Blackmore. This was published by Bloomsbury this year. This is a 2016 brand new release. And this is about a group of friends who live in a sort of utopian neighborhood that's very forward thinking, and they have the best of everything. and cutting edge medical advances, genetic enhancements, etc. And then a new girl moves to town, and she is absolutely perfect and stunning. And when they discover the truth about her, it makes them question what it means to really be a human and to be a true friend. So I don't know any more about it than what I just read to you off of the spine here, but it sounds really good, and I'm excited to read it this week. Next, I have The Revenge of the Shadow King. This is the first book in the Grey Griffins series by Derek Benz and J.S. Lewis. And this one is fairly new as well. It was published in 2005. And this is about a group of friends who have a secret club called the Grey Griffins. And they seem to be the only people in their very normal little town in Minnesota that notices when strange things start happening. Creatures like goblins and unicorns and fairies, etc., start coming around town, and they're the only ones that see any of it, and it's up to them to stop the wickedness that is happening. So I'm really excited to start that, and if I enjoy this first book, then that's a brand new series that I can look forward to reading. And the final library book I have for this TBR is The Night Gardener by Jonathan Auxier. And this was published in 2014, and I have heard some really good things about it. So I'm excited to read it. It is about two Irish siblings who have been abandoned, and they travel to work for an English family. They become servants. And when they get to this crumbling down English manor, there is a mysterious figure and a curse that threatens their lives, and it just sounds marvelous. It is supposedly a middle grade novel written in the way of like Washington Irving and Edgar Allan Poe, which are two of my favorite authors. So I am very excited to read through this and see what I think, and if I agree that this is written in that way. So those were all of my library books, but I do have a couple of other books for my middle grade May TBR because I am a glutton for punishment. I have this Neil Gaiman, The Graveyard Book, with illustrations by Dave McKean. I have had this on my shelf for a couple of months. I purchased it at the Scholastic Book Fair in February, I think. So I need to read this. I've heard it's fabulous. Of course, it's Neil Gaiman book. It was published in 2008. So I'm looking forward to reading that. I then also have a nonfiction, which is My Life in Motion, An Unlikely Ballerina by Misty Copeland. It's the story of her adversity and grace as she becomes the first African American ballerina with the American Ballet Company. And this was published in 2014. I'm really excited to read this. I have some students that are in dance classes and like to do things like that. So I would love to have this that I can suggest to them when they're looking for a nonfiction book. And then finally, I have Seraphina and the Black Cloak by Robert Beatty. If you're anything like me, you've seen a lot of commercials and book trailers for this. It was published last year, and it just looks really interesting. I don't know a whole lot about it, but basically, this little girl is told never to go into the forest because there are dangers, and she goes into the forest, of course, and a lot of different things happen. I don't, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I do know I'm going to be reading it with Akos this week, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't done a buddy read before, so that's going to be interesting. But that is my entire TBR and my library haul. So please leave me a comment down below if you've read any of these, if you want to read them. If you're joining in on Middle Grade May, I will leave the links to Akos and Patty down below so you can get all of the 411 on that. And I hope you're joining us. If you have made an announcement or TBR video, link it down below for us so we can go check it out. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.